Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Abiding Farmhouse. This is a video that I have been so excited to do because it has been so requested by so many of you to share with you what do we have for dinner all week. How do I feed this large family of mine? We're a family of 11. We have 9 daughters. So all week long I carried the camera around and I showed you what we had for dinner every single night of the week. This week was a little bit unusual because of a date night. That's not typical, but it was part of our life this week, so I included it. So I've got 5 Crockpot meals for you to share this week, along with what we've had for dinner every night. This video is in part of a collab with Megan over at Pennies and Salt. They're not exactly sharing what they're having for dinner. They may be sharing like a pantry challenge, like clean your pantry out, or a budget challenge, new recipes, just all kinds of different things. So I'm going to link that playlist in my description box down below so that after you watch this video, you can go click on that and get many more ideas for meal ideas or how to save money for the month. I know that cooking at home saves us a lot of money, even though eating out from time to time is really convenient. So I thank you for stopping by today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Shasta. I'm a homeschooling mom to 9 girls. My husband and I have been married for 16, almost 17 years. And here on this channel, I love to share my passion for Christ. Different homeschooling things, recipes, grocery hauls, just mainly our day-to-day life and day in the life vlogs. I love to share that here with you all, and I have got to know some of you, and y'all are like literally the best. I have like the best community here, and I would love if you would just become part of our YouTube family and just hit that little subscribe button down below. Also hit the notification bell. That way if I post a new video, it will notify you that I have a new video out and you don't miss it. But anyway, let's get started on this video. So welcome to night 1 of Crockpot meals for 5 days out of this week. So night 1, we are having roast, carrots, potatoes, and then for a side, I'm just gonna do some of this Kraft mac and cheese. I also have some lettuce I'm gonna chop up in the fridge. We're gonna do salads, roast, the veggies, mac and cheese. Night 1 with the Crockpot, super easy. Put it on this morning, and then tonight all I gotta do is throw a salad and mac and cheese together, which is gonna take a total of maybe 20-25 minutes, and then dinner is served. So here I just have the roast in the crock pot. I add some onion to the top of that, a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. This is one of our favorite recipes actually. And then I'm gonna add some of these little bite-sized potatoes. Since they're so small, I usually don't cut those up. I just put them in there whole, and then I add some carrots to that. And normally I will add beef broth to my roast, but I had none, so I just used what I had, which was water. And honestly, there was still so much flavor. It was really, really good. Put the lid on and cook it on high for about 8 hours. Night 2 is barbecue chicken sliders. Okay, when I do barbecue chicken in the crock pot, I kind of make my own barbecue sauce here lately, and all it is some ketchup, brown sugar, and honey. And I do not have like exact measurements for this because I literally always just pour it in until I think it's good enough to cover all of my chicken. It always tastes good. Like I probably should measure it out just so I know what to do every time. But I just put it all in here, whisk it around, and then pour it over the chicken and let it cook all day. And it turns out good, especially good on barbecue chicken sliders. So I guess you just do it until the taste that you prefer. So I guess you just kind of have to watch it. Now I'm just going to pour it all over my chicken. Okay, so now I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to turn it on. Let's see, I'm going to do it on, I think I'm going to do it on low since I put it on so early. So I'm going to put it on low for, I'm going to go ahead and put it on 8 hours, even though it'll probably cook in like 6. I'm just going to put it on there just to be safe. I can always turn it on warm later and we'll have dinner tonight. Alright, so with our barbecue chicken sliders tonight, we are going to have these waffle fries. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on. Okay, I've got all of the chicken out of the crock pot into my KitchenAid mixer. I'm going to shred the chicken and then put it back into the crock pot while I heat the fries up. And I'm going to go ahead and heat up the sweet Hawaiian rolls. Okay, so here is tonight's dinner. Barbecue chicken sliders, some waffle fries. And if y'all remember last night we had mac and cheese as a side. I had lots of leftover mac and cheese. So we're going to have that as a side again tonight. I thought I had some carrots, but I don't. So we do have salad. I could fix that. But this is what's for dinner tonight. Super easy crock pot meal. And the barbecue chicken, the homemade barbecue, y'all, is so good. Okay, it's night 3. I don't have a crock pot meal to share with you tonight because we are doing leftovers. We have lots of leftover barbecue chicken. And instead of doing the sliders tonight, we're doing the barbecue chicken, mac and cheese, salads. I got some pineapple. What else did I have? I have one more thing somewhere. So tonight is leftover night. All right, here is all the barbecue chicken we have left over, lots of it. So I've just got it heating up in the pan. The mac and cheese over here boiling. Got some salad over here. And then last, I just have some pineapples. We love pineapples with barbecue chicken. So that is tonight's dinner, leftovers. Okay, so this recipe is going to be the 3rd crock pot meal idea, I believe. So Wednesday night we had leftovers. Thursday night we had date night, which I didn't have to cook dinner that night. So today is Friday, which is another crock pot meal. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be crock pot, and then Sunday will be crock pot. So I wanted to have a total of at least 5 crock pot meals in 1 week to give you some ideas, as well as just showing you what we eat from night to night. So this one is called a frito pie. I have actually never cooked this before. I found it and I thought this looks pretty good. I think my family would enjoy this. So I am trying it for tonight, and I will let y'all know how we like it tonight. Okay, so while my ground beef is browning, I'm going to add some white onion to it. I'll have the exact recipe linked down in the description box for you. This little meat chopper is like the best for chopping up meat. I got it from Pampered Chef about 3 years ago, but I think they have them on Amazon because I was looking on there one time and noticed they have them on Amazon as well. Okay, now that my meat is browned and I've drained it, I'm going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning. Half a cup of water. And now we just want to mix all of that in together really well. It smells so good, that's for sure. It smells really good. Okay, so now I have come over here to my crock pot, and in my crock pot I'm going to go ahead and add in 1 big can of this chili beans mild chili sauce. Put the whole thing in there. It calls for 2 15-ounce cans, but I have 1 big can. Next we're going to add in 1 can of Rotel diced tomatoes. 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce. Now I'm going to add in my ground beef mixture and onions with the taco seasoning in there. Now we're just going to mix everything in there together. Put the lid on. Alright, now I'm going to turn it on low for 5 hours, which I don't have a 5-hour setting, so I'm going to do 6. And I'll know when to take it off. And I will see y'all tonight to see how it turns out. This one I am super excited to see how it turns out tonight. Really excited. And then got the Fritos on the bottom. Now you just scoop some of that on the top. And then for toppings we have lettuce, tomatoes, and shredded cheese.
Let me get some of that shredded cheese. Yes, sir.
Oh my gosh.
That's some good shredded cheese right there. I like a lot of cheese right there.
What are we having for after dinner dessert?
Ice cream.
Vanilla ice cream, chocolate syrup, and a Kit Kat. A bite-sized Kit Kat. Let me see, Everly. Did you stir yours all in together?
Yeah.
That looks yummy. Alright, so we're on night 6 of dinner. It's Saturday, but it's night 4 of crock pot meal ideas. Tonight is chicken and dumplings, so I'm going to show you how I make that real quick. This is one that's actually highly requested for me to show how I make it, so I'm excited to show it to y'all. It's super easy, so I'm going to show it to you now. Alright, the first thing I'm adding is just some onion to the bottom of my crock pot. After I trim the fat, I just put it in there whole because I shred it at the end, right before I put the dumplings in. I'm excited for tomorrow night of what I'm making in the crock pot. I'm actually going to be doing a crock pot dessert instead of a meal because tomorrow is Sunday and normally we eat out on Sunday, so I'm excited to share this dessert I'm going to be doing in the crock pot tomorrow. So you're going to have to let me know if you enjoy seeing what we have for dinner all week long. You probably don't need this much chicken in yours, but I'm feeding a lot of people here, so we always double the recipe. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with 3 cups of chicken broth. Like I said, I am doubling all of this because I'm feeding so many people. So you may only want to do 2 cups of chicken broth. It just depends on how flavored you want it. So I usually do 2 to 3 cups of chicken broth. Alright, so now I've got the 3 cups of chicken broth. And now I'm going to do 3 cups of water. Actually make that about 4 cups of water. So I feel like it needs just a little bit more, so I'm just going to go in with another splash of chicken broth. This is where you can just kind of eyeball it. I want to make sure all my chicken is good and covered. Now I'm going to go in with 1 can cream of chicken, 1 can cream of celery. Kind of mix it all around in there with the liquids. And now I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. I actually need to get more salt. I'm about out. Am I out? Actually, you know what? It would help if I took the lid off. I'm not used to these jars. I just put my salt and pepper in these yesterday. So a little bit of salt. If y'all missed that video, I put all of my spices in these jars so it can be easier to get to. And I put my salt and pepper in there as well, so I forget that the lids are on there when I go to use the salt and pepper. So now I'm going to use a little bit of pepper. I don't overload my foods with salt and pepper because I like people to salt it as they want to when it's done. So now I'm going to put the lid on. Alright, so now I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to cook it on high for 6 hours. And then in a little while we'll come back and I'll add the dumplings and shred the chicken. Okay, so it is a while later now. It is time to take the chicken out of here, put it into my mixing bowl, put it in the KitchenAid mixer, and shred all the chicken up. And normally when I do chicken and dumplings, I will do just the can of biscuits. I will just cut those in 4s, roll them into a ball and put them in here. But I have no frozen biscuits, so what I'm going to do is make my own homemade dumplings this time. It looks really easy to make, so I'm going to show y'all how I'm going to do that in just a minute after I shred all this chicken up. I absolutely love my KitchenAid mixer. I've had it since probably 2015, and I use it a lot. And sadly, the other day I was getting it out of the cabinet and dropped it on its side, so the little switch, like the switch right here on the other side, gets stuck, and I have to like pull it really hard. And if I'm not careful, I'll pull it so hard it goes straight on high and starts slinging stuff everywhere. But it just fell on its side and kind of jammed it, but it's still working really good. So there is the chicken. Alright, so I've washed out my same mixing bowl. I'm going to use that for the dumplings. So the first thing we're going to do is put 1 cup of flour in, but since we like a lot of dumplings and I've already doubled the recipe, I'm going to go in with 2 cups of flour, so I'm doubling this whole recipe. Okay, now 2 teaspoons of baking powder, but I'm going to go in with 4. You can put that one in, Holly.
I'll do all
1, 2, 1 teaspoon of sugar, but I'm doing 2, so there's 1, 2.
Is that sugar?
Salt. A whole teaspoon of salt. And then a whole cup of milk. You want to pour it?
Yeah.
Does that look good? Mm-hmm. Alright, so that's how it's looking so far. That'll probably take about an hour if I had to guess. I'm gonna let that cook now. And while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna make us some sweet tea real quick to go with it. And I have another kitchen helper in the house. Little vlogger. What do you think about the chicken and dumplings?
The homemade dumplings are way better than...
You like them?
Yes, ma'am. They're super good. Do a great job. You put onion in it?
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
So
that's
how
better.
it turned out. Alright, so here is day 7, I believe, of dinners, which I don't have a dinner to show you today because we had Arby's after church today. It was kind of on the go kind of thing. So we had Arby's after church, but I am going to do my 5th Crockpot idea, which is going to be a dessert that we can have later this evening. I'm going to be doing a blackberry cobbler in the Crockpot, so I'm super excited about this. So first of all, I'm going to lightly spray my Crockpot. Now I'm going to add my freshly rinsed blackberries. 4 to 5 cups of these. I just have 2 containers, and you can also use frozen blackberries. Alright, now we're going to sprinkle over a 1/4 cup of sugar. One tablespoon of cornstarch. Alright, now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm going to stir that around just a little bit, and then I'm going to take you over to my mixing bowl where we're going to add the dry ingredients now. Alright, so now we're going to go in with the dry ingredients first, and then we'll put the wet ingredients on top. So I've got 1 1/4 cup of flour, 1 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. We're going to stir this around and then add our wet ingredients. So now it's 1 cup of milk, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, 2 tablespoons of melted butter. Now we're just going to mix all of this around. Alright, so now we're going to take our mixture and pour evenly over our blackberries. Now I'm going to take you back to the mixing bowl for our last step. Alright, so in this bowl is going to be 1/4 teaspoon of sugar. Alright, sorry, I got that backwards. It's actually supposed to be a tablespoon of sugar, so I'm going to add a little bit more to make it a tablespoon. And then it's a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And this is going to be our sprinkle for the top. So I'm just going to sprinkle that all over the top. I think this is going to be amazing. And I've got vanilla ice cream to top it off. I'm going to put the lid on. And now we turn it on high for 2 hours and 30 minutes. Oh, this smells amazing and looks so good. Look at that. This is yours.
Oh, thank you.
I said blackberry cobbler with ice cream.
That's good.
Is it really good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready to try it.
Yeah, you need to try it. That's good.
And that's a wrap. I hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing what we have for dinner week to week. Like I said, this was a collab with Megan. Go check out that playlist down below. I'll also link Megan's channel down below for you. I'm going to try my best to get one of these out every Monday in February, especially if you show a lot of interest in this and you enjoy seeing what we have for dinner. Let me know in the comments down below. If you have something that you would like for me to try. I'm thinking this coming week I'm going to be trying Instant Pot recipes. I'm not sure, just some different things. So y'all let me know, what would you like to see me make? I'm up for it. I'm always up for a new good recipe. But I thank y'all for stopping by and hanging out in my kitchen this week. Like I said, if you're new, please hit that subscribe button down below. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you in the comments. Bye.